Welcome back to another episode of the Finance X Media Podcast presented by TCPA PLC. We got a really good episode here today. We are going to talk about the 4 ways that you can save taxes this tax season. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited for tax season.
I love paying taxes.
We have a lot of new business owners, a lot of interesting businesses. I know mine is real estate focused, but I know you're in the medical field. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting new business practices. And
new procedures.
Yep. Anything in your world, Jaron?
I know in the car detailing space, I've been seeing more of them pop up. And, in terms of our clients specifically, a lot of real estate
The car massaging business, I thought is what you were doing.
The car massaging business, yep. Exactly.
Love you long
Gledhill
time.
car massage.
And stick around to the end of the podcast because we're going to drop a gem for you guys. We're going to let you guys know how you can pay money out and get 100% of that money back. So stick around.
Wow. Okay, so with tax season coming up, everyone loves talking about deadlines. I think that's what a lot of people's favorite things are. So for the IRAs and non-deductible IRAs, make sure you contribute to those before April 15th. And then for
the individual ones.
Yes, the individual ones. And so, that obviously is a direct write-off of your taxes. So those can be super useful. And the non-deductible IRAs are for those backdoor Roths. And if you're above that income limit, you're going to need to do that. And then remember, DB plans and 401k profit sharing plans are due September 15th. So tax year's gone. 9 months later. 9 months later, you can still contribute to those. Not too late.
The significance of that is huge, and we use that a lot. We'll do a separate podcast on it. So you can be done with your taxes and then decide whether or not you're going to fund one of these things.
Love it. Yep. Now, there's people say, "Oh, is that sneaky? Is that illegal?"
It's very sneaky, but it's not illegal.
It's all within IRS tax codes, and that's what we do here. Is we find right where that line is, and we just
don't snap it.
Just know that line.
Yep, and to do that, you'll file an extension. That's a fairly straightforward process. We do that.
Speaking of taxes and holes and loopholes and lies. Remember we were talking about 3 or 4 months ago, bank liquidity and some insurance companies on slow pay. So I went to the bank today to get some cash for our example we'll show later.
Okay.
$800 is what I got, and I wanted 8 $100 bills.
Yeah.
The bank I went to, I'm not going to say which bank it is, but it's the bank that bought most of SVB's assets. So we're talking a good-sized bank.
Sure.
They did not have 8 $100 bills in the bank.
That's troubling.
Yeah, they had some 50s, but they went to the vault, they went open up the drawers, and they had to, I was like, are you serious right now?
So it's not a good bank to rob.
Well, I would say unless you're going to rob it digitally, you probably are screwed.
That's
I feel like I've got more hundreds under my mattress than the bank has.
Yeah.
No, I don't, but that would have been cool.
That's literally their job.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry to interrupt. I just thought that was crazy.
No, that's
crazy.
But everything's fine.
Yeah. Business as usual.
We're fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Well, and when times are tough, that's when you need to make sure you're taking advantage of all those credits. Another thing you can do is make sure to make your health savings account contributions. Same deadline, April 15th. And those, we've talked about it in previous videos. Go check those out. They're triple tax advantaged, so they can be a huge help when those, medical bills come up, which at some point they always will.
Could I deduct, let's say my earlobes? Maybe I get an earlobe reduction?
Like an earlobe reduction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I run that through my HSA?
As long as it's in the account and then you use that account to pay for it.
Consult your
What
tax
if I get
advisor.
my knees done?
I think you should get your knees.
Have you seen
weenies.
it? No. I think it's in Turkey. People are getting limb lengthening surgeries.
To be taller.
Ooh.
It looks like a painful process.
I would just say that's going to hurt when you're like 60.
Yeah. Oh.
Or 55.
50, yeah.
You're going to have aches and pains.
But
if you were going to get a knee lengthened, I would probably go for the Wii.
I'd go for the third one.
The Wii. Sorry.
Penial implant.
I digress.
Always good to have an extra couple inches. We're talking height.
So speaking of credit, What
Another
energy?
Another credit that is out there are the energy efficient credits. So if you are repairing your home, and
Or if you did repair it
if you
and strategically
strategically repaired your home, whether it's solar, a roof, windows, you need to check and see if some
Heat
of those
pumps,
are
yeah.
energy efficient. And if they are, you can get a 30% tax deduction. The main
credit. Yeah.
a 30%
you, guy.
credit
Yeah.
on your taxes.
Right.
And the most important piece of that is you have to let your accountant know. You know, accountants aren't mind readers. There's no way
Right.
that they would know that you did that rehab repair. So communication, ultra super important this tax season. So if you did anything like that, make sure you let your accountant know so they can best help.
It's either that or we have to move in with you, and that's a whole other conversation we have to have.
Yeah.
So your choice.
Which we're not saying we're not open to that idea, if there's any takers out there.
Yeah. Just got to be a room big enough.
Single.
I'm looking for housing.
You have to have a bidet.
Yeah. I actually like my bidet.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, they're very, very comfortable.
Well, there was sanitary.
And you're always clean.
You're
very,
always clean.
very clean butt baths. So, number 4, I have a exciting, this is going to be great. So I thought rather than just saying, hey, you can get a credit, this is what you do, pay the organization, and they'll give you $800 or
That's
more.
not fun.
All right.
So I was going to actually walk it through.
Cool.
Here's how the credit works. If I had $400,
So let's
and here is $400,
Okay.
and Jaron, can you be America Leadership Academy?
Shout out ALA.
ALA. One of our
school.
guys here in the office coaches at ALA. So what you can do is I can say, hey ALA, I want to pay $400 to your athletics program directly to the school. And they say thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Looks like we get new footballs, new helmets, new. Okay.
Jock straps.
Yep.
New jock straps,
new
yeah.
cars for the owners.
We can buy like 1,000 cups.
Yep. Yep, exactly. And then I go to file my taxes with the state. I fill it out and I file it, and I go, hey, Arizona Department of Revenue, I'm going to claim that $400 credit.
Well, Nate, here's your 1,
100,
2,
200,
3.
300.
I think there's penalties, fees, and interest. No problem.
We'll get you with something. And,
Always something.
and I get that $400 back. Consult your tax advisor on this, whether or not
Yeah.
you can take this. You also would get a federal deduction. So, I mean, depending on your income tax bracket, you could have another $50 or $75 in here. I actually just made money on this.
Yeah.
Got all my money back. My kids' football team gets sponsored. Arizona Department of Revenue has to direct that tax revenue to there instead of to what do they do with it anyway. I know they say roads and like border
Signs
stuff and
and-
signs, but I don't really think that's where it goes. Anyway,
Enriching the community.
yeah, that's it. What do you think?
So essentially, you're not only are you able to help your kid's school, which will help your kid have a better experience, but you still get the money back. So it's as almost
All of it.
at the end of the day, your bank account's the same.
It's like a win-win-win.
Yep.
Can't beat it.
Wow.
Cannot beat it, as Michael Jackson said.
He did say it.
So did OJ.
Doesn't he? They've all said it at some point. But yeah, make sure to take advantage of all those credits. Make sure to get in all of your contributions in on time, whether that's the April 15th deadline or the September 15th deadline. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Finance X Media.
X.